Hello and welcome to another review of Candy Toy. This is Kamen the Gaim Lock C Candy Toy Series 5. It's actually a number sticker on here. Yeah, this is a full box of 6 in here. Well, it holds 6, but the full set only has 5 in here. And the place where I bought it from, they packed it with the shipping boxes. That's how they come in. This is 5 kinds in total, but there's 6 in the box. That means there's going to be rare stuff. 2014 Bandai for Japan, and 2013 Ishimori company, and Toei. And this box has one of those for the shop to use it. You can tear this card, and you have a triangle display box to put on the shelf, and people just buy the ones they want. Or like me, you just buy the full set and might as well get the box as well. So it's cool that they didn't destroy the box. There was tape here, but they've already cut that open. So we open it to see. Like I said, I only bought one set, but the one box is supposed to hold 6. So you got Ichigo. All the extra candies, now the 8. The lemon. Oars. That's how he says it on Lock Seed. Blood orange and Forze. Right. So you see I've already opened all of them, kinda. And we'll just go through the boxes first and go through it. So you got the O's Lock Seed. Zoom. So far, only the only rider arms that has been released in soft final minifigure has been the O's one. So I imagine this one's probably more popular as a Loxy because it has the Tatoba thing going on, which you'll hear in a sec. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So the box is pretty neat. You got O's actual rider standing there. Don't know why. I mean, it would make more sense to have the Loxy, the rider arms photo on there. One information with the Hong Kong sticker stuck all over the place, so because Hong Kong laws and whatnot. You got Forze. Yep. Like I said, the blood orange. All of these have the repeated instructions inside, printed on the inside of the box, by the way, which I'm not sure why they had to do that. Yeah, I tried tearing off one of the stickers and it just didn't work. But good thing, the Ichigo one had a sticker that would tear off. So there's 2 kinds of stickers. If you get a box of these and it has shiny sticker, Chinese, then you can tear it off easily. If it's kind of matte, then you're not tearing it off. They got the Ichigo. Ichigo is pretty much the only brand new Lock Seed in this set because all of these, for example, have all had different versions, the DX versions. This is the only one that doesn't exist in any other form. So, we get the Forze one out the box. If you already saw my Cougar review, you will know what kind of tray he's in. And like I say, you got all the instructions printed inside. So, because one of these, at least the blood orange ones, has hidden audio. So Candy and only one of these had like an extra piece of paper in there because it's been shipped in Hong Kong, so one box would have it. And didn't bother to pull the Lock Seed out. These are a pain, by the way. I found the best way is to just do that. And push it out, and there you go. And I'll do that with the rest of the Lock Seeds. Before we move on to Lock Seeds, just want to say again that these boxes waste so much space. I mean, first of all, the Lock Seeds are already bulky. Okay, fine. I mean, they really could have gone with the capsule toy version where this lock bit pegs in like it's separate to save some space. But Candy Toys, okay, they're not doing that, fine. But you got this space right here, which can be used to put candy in, I guess. And you put the candy in here, so you don't even have to have this space. You can like save a bit of that, save all the space on top, save a bit of that, and the bottom. There's so much space that they can save, but I guess you can say, oh well, but they gotta protect these slot seats, don't they? And during shipping, well, capsule toys don't use that much space. The balls are slightly smaller. And here's what the you got the tiny little white pegs to stop the batteries from draining while in the box. So you can always re-peg those once you're done with the toy, just to save the batteries. And you know, this is the basic instructions, extra instructions that come in the package, because all that instructions on the back of the box and inside the, you know, printed inside the box wasn't enough apparently. Now I don't have the Warring States driver, you know, Sengoku driver, but I do have the Genesis driver, which I did a review on, and I guess I will, you know, use it on that, I guess, because you can, kinda. But anyway, let's start with Forze, because I guess he's the least interesting. From what I can tell from other reviews and photos, this looks exactly like the DX version, just on the surface. Got the black, the white, and metallic, and the face is printed really nice. Like this, there's a lot of detail going on the actual helmet area. It looks pretty good. He's looking into your soul. Kamen Rider Forze. I'm pretty sure the DX version said Mass Rider. This one uses to open the lock, you push this backwards. Yeah, Kanitari version, there's no buttons at the bottom, and there's only one button here that actually does all the sounds, and this little peg here. A glorified Gaim memory, essentially. Flip this down, he got metallic sticker because there's no LED lights in these, so you know they go around there with the metallic stickers. Got the rocket switch and the Forze driver. So yeah, I guess go for the sounds. What I do with these is, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You know, if I want to do the sound of opening the lock, I'll put my hand right here on the button, like here. So when I open the lock, I would push my hand down like that to push the button. So giving the illusion that I'm pushing the lock and it makes a sound, you know. See, it works. So these are how the candy toys work. Is first button is, it will say open the lock, you know, Forze, and then second button is the henshin sound. And then from now on, 1, 2, or 3 times you will get the attacks. So I'll push 1 first. So now if you want to go to do the other attacks, you got to go through all the henshin noises again. So unlock, henshin, and then, you know, so that's 3 buttons for the first attack, 4 buttons for the second attack, and 5 buttons for the final one. So yeah, that sounds horrible. You go shh, and it just suddenly stops. Let's say that again. It just stops. Like, what the hell was that? I guess maybe if you stick this in the weapon, it still sounds on the weapon. I don't know. It sounds awkward on the Genesis driver as well. So 5 times. So there you go. Rocket and drill. If you keep pressing it, it's just the switch sound. That's the Forze lock seat. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as the DX version. Candy toys like the bottom of the barrel with these. Let's carry on. Got the O's, which looks really slick in this color actually. I'm really digging the matte finish. Kamen Rider O's. Colors are completely accurate on the helmet as well, so that's pretty good. in terms of detail in that sense. He also does the same button that goes backwards. So, you know, oops. I'm pretty sure this one's louder as well. Open this up, you know, I think that's worth the emission alone for this toy. So yeah, got the O's driver and the Taka medal. There is also a Pututera one coming out soon, or is it already out yet? I'm not sure. But so yeah, this matte finish is really nice, and the first attack is should be scanning charge. Okay, so now we're gonna have to go through it again to get the second attack. So 4. Oops, I think I pressed too many times. So yeah, that sounds pretty good, I guess. Blood Orange. This is the rare one of the set. This one is going for double the price as all the other ones. If you're not getting this in the full set, this one on its own is really expensive. And by expensive, I mean this is like $90 freaking, so in Hong Kong. So that's about about 13, 14 US, 15 US maybe. Because 7.8 Hong Kong is $1 US, so you can count it. So that's about 8-9 pounds, and that's really expensive. All the other ones about $40, so you know that's like £3. It's like double the price, more than double this one compared to all the other ones, because you know it's the blood orange one, I guess. So so watch out for this one. If you're looking for blood orange, and you don't want to pay the DX one, which if you're getting the blood orange, you really should just get the DX version, because I mean these are really the poor man's versions. I mean they still look good. Like this one looks really good. The crimson red is really nice, and I think Gaim agrees. Yes. So here we go. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I'm gonna put O's arms in the back, just cause Baron and O's arms. Does he like the O's lock seed? Yes, he does. Yeah. So yeah, the colors are really nice. You open it up, you got the orange right there, and the bloodied red sword. Silver's really nice. The paint app is really nice on these. Like the plastic shell itself is really good. So, can I focus? I need to go back a bit. Screw holes. You can see them on the camera with little circle areas. Okay, so yeah, Tata Kiri. That's an extra sound that's not printed on the box. So every time you finish going through the cycle, he will say Tata Kiri. So let's go second attack. So Squash, Ole, and Sparking. Okay, let's go with Ichigo. Mask Rider 1. Looks very good, the colors are really nice. The red, very retro, the green. In fact, it's very Christmassy almost. Open it up, you got the Cyclone belt and Rider kick and silhouette. I guess it would have been nicer if it was what, the bike maybe, but the kick pose is still pretty sweet. Very matrixy typing all over the place. You know, that still doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are these lock seeds? Like, aren't they meant to be like fruit seeds? I mean, I guess they're altered or something, but it's just really weird. I hope they explain that sometime in the show. By the way, the show story is really good, so. But yeah, this is the reason why I got the entire set, and I guess kinda this one because I didn't want to get the bow and arrow for the energy arms. Well, I'm tempted. Anyway, because that's how you get the proper DX version of this. I haven't seen a capsule version of this yet. Anyway, Ichigo, let's go. Yeah, I like doing that. It's like an eagle. So yeah, Ichigo is pretty awesome. It's still candy now. Before I go on to this one, I just want to say that these four right here, they're not bad, but you gotta remember they're glorified Gaim memories, and for their asking price, it's horrible. It's a plastic shell with a chip inside that makes sounds, and that's it. I mean, they kind of program it in a way that makes it kind of okay sometimes, but the fact that you have to cycle through the attacks, like if you stick this into a belt and you've done the attack, you gotta click your belt a few more times just to make it go back to the second attack or the third attack, and it's kind of annoying. And these things aren't that cheap, so when you buy something like this, it's asking price is very steep for all the lock seeds. These are the cheapest versions, and because they're nowhere near as good as the DX versions, they just don't feel that much, you know, value for money. Capsule toys are slightly higher, and because the DS toys are, I mean, the DS toys are really high quality, and I like them, but you know, the asking price for a kid is just, it's no. I mean, DX lock seat on its own, like one of the energy ones, cost me like more than $100 each, like 120, and no, it wasn't 120. It was way more than that. Well, some shops are selling it for almost $200, and that's like really expensive. And it's just, I can get an SH Figure Arts for $200, like not the rare characters, but you know, some of them cost $200. So you gotta think, like, Christ, that's a lot of money. And the belts, they're good. Like, you know, they got a lot of playability, but again, they cost way more than all the other rider belts. And in terms of playability, for example, these locks on their own, they're pretty boring. Like, they don't do much. So I'm gonna put them out the way. However, if you had, like, say the Genesis driver, now no, these locks don't necessarily fit in the Genesis driver properly, because you know they're more for the one with the little sword to cut them open, or whatever. I'll use it. Okay. So when you have a driver, you've got all these sounds and music going on and lights. And with the Sengoku driver, there's no lights on it, but it has a lot of sounds and different sounds with combination with the lock seats. So I'll stick O's in, right? And you heard me go through all the sounds, and lock seat on its own can be quite boring for some people, like, oh, it just makes sounds, okay, it's pretty cool to carry around and just mess around with, but if you have it in the driver, you see you got all these lights going on, and you know, it goes with this, so you see the little light show goes with the lock seat, and because the lock on, lock off sounds are from the belt, you see, you're directly affecting the driver itself, which makes these toys kind of fun. I mean, on its own they're quite disappointing, but with the driver it's really fun. So in that term, these are cool. Now another thing I have to mention about these is you know, we've been going through different versions of these toys. Like, seems every single belt has to have a version of all the older riders in it. So it started off with the Decker driver. You had the Gamma Ride cards. Show riders would just say the name, but the Heisei rider would say the name and then the sound. And you got the Gaim memories, which would say the name and then the sound of the original rider, and then maybe sometimes extra attacks or something. But the, you know, not the new final Gaim memories that were terrible in terms of sounds. So, but you know, Gaim memories are cool because, you know, you have the belt. And you can have unlimited new sounds, because every time a Gaim memory comes out, it's got its own sounds. And these are Gaim memories pretty much, you know, in terms of toy design. They have their own sounds, which means if they keep releasing these, the belt can have essentially unlimited supply of new sounds and new playability. So Gaim memories of these are good. But then you went to the medals and it went backwards. But the medals can be used in the Gampa machines, but in terms of just the belt's playability, they kind of suck, because they only say the name, they don't really do any combo sounds or anything. Like, apart from O's main medals, putting in rider medals were completely useless. We just say the name and not do anything. So it was pointless in terms of the belt toy. And then you had the Force driver, which kind of gave them some sounds, but not too many, and it's just sort of boring. And then you had the Wizard driver, which played around with mixing the sound effects with Wizard's magic belts and all that. So, you know, it was like a step up, and here it's like another step up. You know, we're not just going to release the same sounds. For example, Ichigo, you got the, you know, if you go through the order, you can activate punch, kick, and a cyclone bike, and with a combination of the extra sounds, like the announcer, the voice, there's something new there that will mix in with the henshin noise. It's not just the henshin noise. If you just want the henshin noise, you get the Gaim memory. If you want henshin noise mixed with a new belt, you get this. And it also has the effects with the drivers themselves. Like, you put in Sengoku driver, it'll do the music thing, and the lock on, lock off. With the Genesis driver, you got the lights as well, which makes it a superior belt toy in the Gaim line. So you got all those things going on, and it can be a lot of fun if you enjoy Gaim and if you enjoy these lock seats and stuff. So these, I don't know, but still, for the asking price, it's a huge improvement compared to previous rider toys, but in terms of belt henshining, but it leaves much to be desired for the price. Now, these ones are okay. They're okay. However, this one that I skipped, and now we're finally coming to, right, here's a DX version for comparing. First of all, you don't have the transparent plastic, which I guess I tried to make it look different, just for the sake of looking different. But you know, still transparent plastic here, like this, the lock bit. It's just pretty much the same plastic, same kind of design, but I think it's slightly darker. And the button is also transparent, just like it is, also slightly darker. And this front piece is transparent plastic, so light can shine through if they choose, you know, do choose to put a light in there somewhere. But you know, just looking at this, it looks okay. Like, it looks like the lemon thing. I'm not too keen on this sort of light blue, but you know, that's opinion, I guess. Some people might like this blue, and I mean, it's okay, but it feels like a baby's toy, like really cheap look. But here's the thing, these DX toys with energy lock seats are really awesome because aside from, in terms of DX toys, they got three buttons down here. Pressing one peg is belt, pressing another peg is weapon mode, like you stick in the weapon. Pressing two buttons at the same time, you're putting this into the mix, into, you know, in the Sengoku driver for a mix effect. And depending on what pegs are pushed, this button does different things. Without, you know, if you don't put it into a belt, pushing this makes one noise, pushing it, and you know, all these different noises. And you know, the lock seat, it's also a noise when you push open the lock to do the lemon energy sound. There's a sound when you turn it on. And then this thing knows where it is. Like it will remember it. So, which is really good for toys, because I get why these are more expensive, because there's a lot of programming in there. Like if this stays in the belt, it's going to just cycle through the attacks, and when you pull it out, it'll do something else. Another thing is this works with the Sengoku driver, because when it cuts down, it'll push this little peg down here, which opens the front, which is really cool. And when you don't put it in there, you just put it in the Genesis driver. Genesis driver pushes this peg, which pushes a plastic that goes all the way up to the middle and pushes the same button, and again opens it up. So it's a really good designed toy. Now, saying all that, you got the candy toy version, which is about a lot lighter. As you can see, it only has one button, and it's got the reset button down here, but you know, one button here. There's no peg here. So how does this open? Well, it doesn't. Right? I mean, let's go over the sounds first, shall we? Now if you cycle through the henshin and then the attack of your choosing, there's two here. No, three here. It'll go, you know, just like the blood orange one, it has one final sound, which is so you cycle through all of them, and the last one will say mix. Which, if you think about it, is going to be really hard. Like if you stick this into the Sengoku driver as a mix device, and then, you know, every time you slash the thing, I don't know how it's going to combine with the attacks of the DX memory or the other memories that go in the main side of the belt. I don't know how the combination is going to work. It's going to keep doing sounds that don't mix with the other sounds. On the upside, it has an extra speaker here, like holes with the sounds so it can come out the front. Let's go for the other sounds. Okay. So, what is this like when you stick it in the Genesis driver? Now, I guess it looks okay, it's got the correct colors and everything because it pushes the right pegs in the Genesis driver, but you see this? Doesn't open at all. That's the worst thing you can do with these toys. It needs to open. That's how they function. Kids are going to go, why is it not opening? Well, guess what? There's no mechanism here at all because there's no button here. So, here's another thing as well. Once it comes down, it doesn't come back up. So if you put this in the Genesis driver and the knife comes down, it just goes go boom. That's it. Like, you know, if you put this in the sword, it's a spring loaded, it comes back up. Now I know these are cheap, but couldn't you put a spring in there or something? If you really wanted to, you can actually force this all the way open and it's almost about to pop off. Yeah, double checking, there's no spring in there at all. See? It just comes right off. There's nothing there. Let's stick this back in. Now, I guess you could alter this and maybe like, oh look, it's just like all the other Loxies. There's a picture and you can put the picture there if you really wanted to. I don't know why. So, you know, it doesn't work there. And if you want to flip this thing open, you just have to do it manually. Right, you know, just gonna flip it open and be like, it can clip in, like the plastic is smaller to clip in, so you can clip it in yourself. In fact, once it clips in, you keep pushing it, so again, it's about to break off or something. But this is... Lemon looks okay inside. I mean, you know, the overall look is okay, but my god, this is terrible. Like, the playability on this is horrible. First of all, I mean, you got this mess here, which you can be like, oh, this is like a damaged Loxie. That's bad enough. I'm not a fan of this color, but you can say that's an opinion. So, but you know, the third strike is the sounds. I don't know how they're gonna mix with all the other combinations. Because let's say we do these two, right? So in order to get the mix, you got to cycle through the sounds first. Okay, now I pushed them just enough times, so the next one should be both Henshin, right? So you can do the combination, right? Okay, so you know, you prepare them before you put them in the belt. Okay, so now you want the first attack. But yeah, if I push this again, it's going to go into attack mode. So I guess if I keep slicing, I guess it'll go to sparking. I guess that's okay, because when you do a mix, they only do sparking attacks. So if you fiddle around just right, you can make it work, kinda, I think. So it's not as bad as I mean, it's still really bad. Just the toy gimmick in its own, it's just terrible. Like, you know, if I put this in a driver, I expect it to do this, but it doesn't do that. I mean, on a side note, I guess you get the complete sticker because I had to put a switch in here to pop these things open. So look, the sticker is complete. Unlike the DX version where there's a little peg there that kind of cuts the sticker. I'd rather have a functioning toy, thank you. I am paying quite the price for these. So yeah, I think that's it for the review. And Candy Toys, if you really can't afford the DX versions, then they're okay, but not this one. This really annoys me. Ichigo one's cool, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a DX Ichigo at some point. There's the Showa Loxie. I'm not sure what sounds it's going to make, but it does have Ichigo's face on it. And that's cool, I guess. I mean, I just saw the promo picture of the Ichigo arms, and it looks yeah, it looks really silly. Ugh. By the way, I just figured where they got the Loxie idea from with all the rider arms. It's that scene in Kamen Rider Forze and O's movie Mega Max, where the students are pretending to be the previous riders in cardboard boxes. Yeah. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. Tell me if you're buying Loxies, which versions you're getting, Capsule, DX, or Candy Toy versions, and if there are any particular Loxies that you really like or particular Loxies that you really hate. I'm sorry, Jimbo Lemon guy, scientist guy. Yeah, I would do that too if this was me. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, guys. Take care and have a nice day. Bye.